Wow! Hello, how's it going, everybody? Welcome. Let me go ahead and pull up the display here. Today, we're going to be doing some more work on the Deltarune card game that I've been working on for a while. If you didn't catch the last stream, that's okay. I was basically just writing down the essential basic rules. In the meantime, I've done a playtest build to kind of get the rules a little bit further developed, and then I also wrote down the official rulebook. And today we're going to be doing a spreadsheet that will have all of the first set's cards. The first set is going to include Chapter 1 and 2. Let's make that a little quieter. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to be all Chapter 1 and 2, yeah, we're going to be doing the spreadsheet, but first I might as well just kind of tell you a little bit about the game itself. So, I've been working on a fan-made Deltarune card game. I have no association, obviously. This is just a fan project, but here it is. It's called Cards in the Dark. I wanted to just kind of, like, ever since Chapter 3 and 4 came out, I was in full hyperfixation mode, and I just wanted to get that out in some way. And the way I do that is by making weird analog games. I do a lot of tabletop RPGs, and I do a lot of card games. If you don't know, I already produced a card game called Railgrind. You can check that out. It's in the bios and everything in my Discord and whatnot. But we're not talking about Railgrind today. Today we are talking about Cards in the Dark. So right here I just have a quick contents and a word about it saying this is a fan translation. It's not going to be perfect. It's justified as something completely different. So I might as well go over the rules a little bit in the game. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. So, in Cards in the Dark, the goal of the game is to collect 4 quest cards. There is a shared deck that everybody has of quest locations that represent all of the different areas in the Dark World. And then there are custom-built decks that each player brings to the table to use those cards to collect the quest cards. There are Darkeners and items and actions, and those are the only 3 card types. Once both players have a deck at the ready, each player chooses one of the available quest decks and shuffles them together, then deals out 3 in the center of the play area, and these are what you're going to be fighting over. When you collect 1 quest card and you bring it over to your side, a new one from the top of that deck gets shuffled out. We have some funny little dialogue here. We have these are the various zones in the game. This one up top right here is your, these are where the quest cards are going to go and where you kind of organize your Darkeners. And we have your deck and your discard, your score zone where you put all your collected cards, and then we have your fountain and your set cards. So the fountain is where all of your Darkeners and items are played. Nothing that is occupying a quest currently will sit in this little front area, and then you can set cards face down to play them at different times as well. If you have an action card, you can either play it on your turn, or you can set it face down like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card where it lets you play it in response to other things. You have your deck and your discard, which should be obvious, and then you also have a hand. You would have 5 cards in your hand, and you draw up to 5 at the start of every turn, so you're not really like, you don't run out of cards, really. So yeah, here's what a basic card looks like. It's just, this one doesn't have any text or anything on it. That's what we're going to be doing today after we're done setting up the spreadsheet. So they have the name up here, the TP cost, which is going to be how much it costs to play the game. Hi, Gaster noises. There we go. Okay, much better. So yeah, the name, the TP cost is over here, and then we have the art as well. This will just be basically just assets from the game. That's kind of why I'm making this right now. I'm doing this in between developing my main card game. That way I don't have to like spend too much effort or money making the art or anything. I see drawing up to hand size. Yes, it is a draw up to hand size game. It is you have a 5 card hand at all times. I got my Diet Mountain D. So yeah, and then there's going to be a soul value and a power value on the Darkness as well. This game is going to have like a destiny check system, if you're familiar with any of the older card games from that era, from like the 2000s. When you try to collect a quest card, it's going to ask you to flip over the top card of your deck and add this little heart value. There is a little bit of an issue with making it a heart, because a lot of people will assume that's HP, but I literally couldn't. It's Deltarune. It has to be the heart. Like, there's no other good value that I could put here. And then power is this little flame. That's going to be their, like, the darkness attack power. And then the rest of the cards basically look like this as well. They just don't have power. The tags will be here in this little bottom line, like it's creature types, basically. You have quest cards. These are the ones that are from a shared deck. Both players pick 2 styles of quest and then shuffle them together. They get dealt out. Maybe move it? Yeah, I might want to... Yeah, that's a good idea. I might want to move it from a different area. So it's not in a normal health spot? Yeah. Maybe I'll put it up here with the TP cost, or on the other side. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll definitely think about that. But yeah, this is a single stat number game, and the variance comes from the Destiny checks. Quests are different from all the other card types. They exist in their own deck and have effects associated with them. They kind of change the way you play or what you engage with. And the quests are all shared, but you get to pick one of the little mini decks and shuffle them together. So that whenever you're, when you're building a deck, you want to choose like one of the quests that you want to pick and then have a backup one and build around those, basically. Like vertical in the middle of the frame, so it's really abnormal? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Alright. And this is just a little lore bit. Only the Darkners are going to have cards. The main characters in the game, all the Lightners, so Chris, Susie, Noelle, they are not going to have any cards associated with them. They'll have their actions, so there will be like Rude Buster, Ice Shock. That stuff will be in the game, but only the Darkners are going to be represented in the game. TP is the system. It's what you have in Deltarune to cast spells, so it's what you have here. It's just a mana system. I took this from a indie game called Mutology, basically. It's a maximum of 5, but the first player will get 1 on, or sorry, the first player will get 2 on their first turn, then the second player will get 3, then the third player will get 4, and then 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 every turn. You can't store TP, it always resets to 5. It always resets to 5, but you do have the ability to gain more than 5 through various effects. There's going to be a couple effects that like just give you a bunch of extra mana. So we have the turn structure. The start phase, very basic. There's not really anything special here. You refresh any used cards, which is just an untap step. You draw up to 5 cards, where you get to, you just get to draw up to 5. If you already have 5 cards in your hand, you can discard a card to draw one. You don't have to, but you can, if you didn't play anything, you can do that. And then you activate the effects of any cards that say during the start phase. Then we have the main phase here. During the main phase, you're allowed to do any of the following in any order as well. This is a very loose game. There's no real combat phase. It's kind of Hearthstone-like, where you can kind of attack, then play something, then attack again. But you can, let me turn it down a little bit. You could play a card by paying its cost, obviously. You can set an act card face down by paying 2 TP, and you can only do this once per turn. All the action cards can only be played on your turn unless you set them down first. So every card in this game can get the ability to be played as an instant. You just have to pay the cost and set it face down first. You can move a Darkner to a quest card in play by using it, and use is the word for tap. Lore relevant. And then you can attempt to collect a quest card. This is the only thing that's explained later, but this is basically the battle system in the game. Then we have the end phase, where you just activate the effects of any cards, let's say, during the end phase. So, to collect a quest card, during the main phase, you can attempt to collect any quest card that at least one refreshed Darkner you control occupies. So as long as you have one untapped Darkner at a quest, you can have as many as you want on there. But if at least one is untapped, you are able to attempt to collect it. You can attempt to collect each quest in play once per turn. So you can do all 3 in a turn if you want to, but you can't do one more than once. If the opponent controls no darkness at that quest card, you simply take that card and put it into your score zone. If they do, however, you initiate a battle. And so in a battle, you do the following steps. You choose any number of darkners you control at that location. Doesn't matter if they're used or not. The opponent does the same. Any darkners that aren't chosen are moved back into your fountain. So your main area, your little bench, basically, without being used. So if you don't want a card to be targeted at all, you can slide it back and take it out of the fight. Then both players total their darkness power stats, and we do a destiny check system here. So both players reveal the top card of their deck. You check the soul value on the bottom left and add that number to the total power. It's called a soul check. They're not added to the damage that comes in a little bit, but this is just counted towards the totals to see who has the higher total. If you, the person collecting the quest, the person with the initiative, have the highest total, you collect that quest card and replace it with the top card of the quest deck. And if your opponent has the highest total, or if the totals are tied, they successfully block you from taking the quest card. The quest and all darkners remain where they are. Let's fix that typo there. The quest and all darkners remain where they are. After that happens, both players have any refreshed darkner deal damage equal to their power to any other darkner, any other enemy darkner. If that number meets or exceeds their power, they're defeated. So it's single number target combat, but you only get to attack with your refreshed, untapped units. Multiple darkness can attack one target and damage compounds. Damage only lasts until the end of the fight, however. And the winner of the battle chooses which darkner fights first. So if you successfully block it, you get to do damage in the order that you wish. But if, or you get to start the first attack. And then if the person who collected the quest wins, they get to choose the first, they get to choose the first darkner that fights. And it goes back and forth, one-on-one, alternating between players until all the darkners have fought. All the available ones, at least. Then we have setting a card here. Like I said, normally cards can only be played during your main phase. By setting a card, you can open it up to be played at any time, including in response to other effects. And this game has Magic's stack system, so the first played card will always, or the most recently played effect will always trigger and resolve first before everything else does. To set a card, you pay 2 TP and play it face down into your fountain. You can only do this with acts or other cards that specifically say that you can. And you still have to pay the cost of the card when you flip it. And there we go. That's basically the entire game. That's kind of just how it works. I did a playtest build, and there was a couple things that I had to add into here, like damage order was a tough thing to figure out. And I also didn't have any rules for when you tie on the soul check, which happened a lot, honestly. It really did. So I decided to give attacker advantage with choosing where to distribute their darkners, and if they choose to collect and they win, they get to choose the damage. But I gave defender the advantage of if they have a tie, they don't get to collect. So with that being said, I think I have the whole, that's the whole game right here. I'll probably have more things to add, but I mean, we got it. Then we have this. We have the whole game. So this was my playtest build. This isn't a finalized version. This is what I did for the first tabletop sim run, and it worked pretty well. There just wasn't really any archetype synergy. The effects were really unbalanced. I didn't understand the costs, so we're gonna do that. How do I sticky this? Row actions freeze up to one row. There we go. So yeah, I basically just wrote down every single NPC and enemy in Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2, and then every item, and then a bunch of different actions, and we have some quest decks here as well that we're going to get working on. So yeah, I guess I'll just start off. I had a couple ideas. I was taking a big walk yesterday, and I basically just brainstormed a bunch of different things. So I'm just going to get going. If anybody wants to have any questions or any suggestions for things, let me know. So anyway, let's see here. We got Rouse first. I was going to make him a full 3 across the board. And then every tag. And there was another ability I wanted to give him, but kind of based around being this kind of dark recruiter. Nice boy. Oh yeah. Enemy Darkners at the same quest as this card. Do not fight. And then we have Lancer, whose ability, his tag is Lancer. He's a silly little guy. I think we're going to keep his ability that I had in the test build here, which was... where is Lancer? Here he is. On play, choose another card in play. As long as this card remains in play, that card loses all abilities. I'll have to figure out a better way to write that. But we're going to put him here. And Lancer was a... he has a high soul value, but he's not a good fighter. On play, choose another card in play. As long as this card remains in play, that card loses all abilities. So on play, target Darkner loses all abilities until this card leaves play. There we go. That's a lot better. Spade King I think we'll keep as well. So when you attempt to collect a card that this card occupies, you may pay 1 TP. If you do, move target Darkner to the same quest and Spade King fights that card. So he gets to fight somebody before you try to collect a card. Here. I'm going to make him Royal Card and Boss. He costed a lot, and he doesn't have a lot of soul, but he does have a lot of fighting power. So let's say... I think things that cost 4 should have at least 4 power, because there's a Rude Buster. I don't know where Rude Buster would be. Yeah, Rude Buster right here. Deal 3 damage to target Darkner. I kind of had that as a lightning bolt. I also want to change Ice Shock too, but we'll do that later. But like Rude Buster is just an easy removal card. So I want to make sure that like cards that cost 4 and 5 have at least 4. So that they don't get automatically defeated. Then we got Rudin here. I like Rudin's ability. It was Rudin. Let's see. Gains. This card has +1 power for each quest card you have collected. And he costs 2. No, he does not cost 1. He costs 2. He was 2. He has 2 soul, and he starts off as just a 1. So he goes up to 4, which is pretty good for 2 TP. Top Chef is an interesting one. This is one of the things I wanted to do with this game. Is it's a kind of interesting design challenge, because I usually don't design things top down. I don't start with the flavor and then figure out how to make it work. I usually just go from mechanics up. So now I have to figure out what Top Chef would do. He makes a cake. The cake heals everybody. He spins around a lot. We'll figure that one out later. I want to do the ones at least I have ideas for. Sham is going to be part of one of the archetypes that I have. He's going to be in the... What archetype would he be in? He's kind of like a secret, but like... One of the archetypes I wanted to do was basically just a bunch of mana gain. Or forgetting, which is the term for exile, banish. It's the remove from game. So yes, forget 2 cards in your hand if you do gain 2 TP. Put him with Mr. Elegance and Mr. Society. The Royal Coat Rack. This guy cares about other royal things. Put that there. Little ball, Bloxer. Bloxer gets like rearranged, so I want to have an ability with him that kind of moves, shuffles things around a bunch. Let's see here. Swap 2 Darkners. Let's see. Swap 2 target Darkners current locations without using them. There we go. Okay. So let's say blocks that can't rearrange themselves. So let's say to other. There we go. You got the B block, Malleus. Malleus is cool because he like fuses items together. Definitely have something with that one. Scissor Dancer is just kind of a stage hazard. Thrash Machine. I don't think Thrash Machine should be a Darkener. Let's go ahead and remove that one. Let's see. We have the original Star Walker. There we go. The original Star Walker is going to be a really weird one to do. Block Tree, Rooted Ranger. So the Rooted Ranger we could do is like maybe a vanilla. Vanillas do actually matter in this game. There's a couple like good vanilla strats. Jevel's gonna be a weird one. I know he is a secret. I was thinking about giving a couple of Darkners, especially the weird secret ones, a randomized ability, and then having a Shadow Crystal card that lets you choose instead. I think that might be fun. Let's see what we got here. Fluffer, what you doing? Yeah? Oh no, you ran away. Okay. No cat today. Yeah, Werewire's gonna be a vanilla. I don't know why he's 2-3-1 though. I wanted him to be strong. Let's put him at 0-4. Task. I know Task Manager I wanted to have an ability. Like it would be sideboard fodder if I did what I thought of originally. Let's see what else we got here. Jigsaw Joe, on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Reveal one and put it into your hand. If it's a Jigsaw card, you may play that card for free on a quest instead. I'll keep that. Because Jigsaw is literally just a 1/1/1. He has the Pathetic type. And Jigsaw Joe here. Who is... what would he be? He's a game. Because he's a Jigsaw piece. We'll figure out the tags later. And there's only 2 Jigsaw type cards. It's just Jigsaw and Jigsaw Joe, so I can't make it like a creature archetype. Is God real? Blobspike, yes. God is real, and they hate card games. God is real and is a beautiful woman and hates card games with a burning passion. Rules card is going to be a weird one. I have no idea what to do with that one. These 3 guys are going to be weird to do together as well. Do we have the Addison? On play, reveal the top card of your deck. Yeah, it's like a shopkeeper. Let's see what else we got here. Pop-up, I really liked Pop-up's effect. You can set it face down as if it were an act, and when you flip it, you get to move it for free. Did I already put Pop-up? Yeah. 3/2/2. Queen is on play, or I have a Queen one. I wanted Queen to be around. Yeah, move a Cyber Darkener without using it. You may pay 2 TP when you use this ability if you do refresh this card.
Fluffer!
Cat's going crazy. C round is gonna be weird. Alright. Clover. If this card occupies a quest, when you attempt to collect a different quest, add this card's power. Yeah, so I wanted to have a couple cards that just have like sweeping abilities. Clover would be one of them because it has multiple heads. So let's just go ahead and copy that in here. If this card occupies a quest, when you attempt to collect a different quest, add this card's power. And then one of them could be from the fountain as well. Why not Mr. Society? Why not? We'll just pick a random one. This card is in your fountain. When you attempt to collect a quest, add this card's soul value. So it'll cost, let's say it costs 3. Let's give it 2 soul and 2 power. Why not? It'll be easy to kill, but he has the ability to collect anything. Let's see, Pippin's is going to be a dice effect, because he's... Can I... Yeah, there we go. Rabbit, Royal Coat Rack, there we go. We'll just kind of like have basic notes here in italics. We can go in a little bit further. There we go. Hello gamers, hi Blur, I just saw your new video. It got uploaded like 5 minutes before I went live. The Wild West Magic mod. The Wild West Minecraft mod. It looked neat. Yeah, this guy, like, Spamton would basically just steal your stuff. What else do we got here? Clover, we have Lancer, we already did. Spaking, we already did. Mouse is going to be a vanilla as well. 1/1/1. I kind of want to make him free. Maybe not. We'll make him 1. This card type is little. Oh yeah, that was just a silly thing I did while working on bigger projects. Of course it is. We're on Jevel's team right now. We can do a Jevel ability. So yeah, I definitely want to give him a random ability because chaos. I love free cards. Yay! Let's see here. So Jevel is... use? Let's say, yeah, during the start phase, roll a die. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and 5 to 6. 1 to 2 would be, each player sacrifices a Darkner. 3 to 4 would be draw 2 cards. And 5 to 6 would be gain 2 additional 2B. Why not? It'll cost 5. He'll have 3 soul and 4 power. Well, 2 soul. And then I do want a Shadow Crystal. I do want multiple ones, so let's say Shadow Crystal. We'll just name it Chapter 1 right now. Oh, don't do that. There we go. And then Shadow Crystal can be like a 3 cost. Alright, next up we have Mouse Wheel. Yeah, when this card is defeated, you may play any number of cards named Mouse from your hand for free. I like that. The problem is that Mouse is just a 1/1/1, so it's like, why would I want to do that anyway? I do want to... Maybe we'll do this. So Mouse Wheel. We have when this card is defeated, you may search your deck for a card named Mouse, reveal it, and put it into play in your fountain. Shuffle. Shovel. There we go. This one's also a multi, and it is a multi-little. Pippis! I have no idea what I'll do for Pippis. Beepies. I'll give him someone. We'll make him equal to Jigsaw. We have Trashy. Did I do Trashy? When another card is moved, you can move this card for free. So we'll take that. Where's Trashy? He has 1/0/1. Let's make him a 2/0/1 because he was really strong with this card without using it. Oh, I remember what I wanted for Rudin Ranger. I wanted him to have a movement gimmick. Or should that be given to a cyber card? Because, yeah, Queen. Werewire. Let's do Werewire. Oh, I already did it. Okay, I already did that ability. I typed that one out a long time ago. Whenever this card is moved, put a boost counter on it. I don't want to do counters, so I'll do... Let's make him a 4/0/2. Whenever... There we go. Let's do that one. So it starts at 2, and then you can move it to make it a 4. If you move it just on its own, it'll be used, so it'll still be really strong, but it won't have anything special. But then you can use, like, Queen to move it around a whole bunch. Make it really, really strong. Let's see here. We got Palm Man, who likes to just shoot you, and it can fall asleep. You have anything for Task Manager? I kind of want to like counter chaos abilities. Just like what players cannot roll dice. I would be a little too sideboard fodder though. I think let's give it an ability that has like, okay, all tasks gain all other bracket task cards. Let's say all other orderly cards. +1 soul and power. Players cannot roll dice. There we go. Now you can use it even if your opponent doesn't have any dice abilities. So this one's going to be Orderly Cyber. It's a lot of cybers. I don't want to give every Cyber World Darkener a cyber ability, just because it would like really overpower Queen. I do want to make her kind of like a build around thing. Same with King. He just kind of pulls people in and fights them, so he's really good at just doing a lot of targeted removal. But anyway. So yeah, and then we have Task, who can be, let's see, what would Task do? It's a cat. My hair looks strange. I'll be right back. Let me fix that. Alright, I'm back. Is that any better? It's a little bit better. Anyway, let's see here. What would Task do? Bosses being drivers seems fun. Yeah, the boss type characters or these mini bosses are gonna definitely deal. Engines is the word I saw. Yeah, I definitely want the bosses to be kind of build around engines. It'll definitely help a little. I'm going kind of, because there's no color system, I'm usually working with like factions and colors, but this one has nothing. So I'm going a little bit more Yu-Gi-Oh! Centric, where I'm focusing on subtypes and card names. It's a little bit of a balancing act. I'm doing a lot of new stuff here. What can Task do? I have no clue. Well, we could determine its thing. I'm going to make it a 3. So let's go 2 soul, 3 power. Do I want it to be... Let's make it a 2/2. When the light is running low. It's a little too sad. Let's just keep going. You may look at the top card of your deck at any time. Use... What's a good word for mill? Yeah, we do have to make sure Spamton is a cat type. We will make sure that Spamton is cat type. Where is Spamton? Here he is. Corrupted. Let's make him corrupted cat. There we go. Order the cyber cat. Friend is a cat. Friend is a cat and a shadow. Are there any cats up here? Top shelf, Tuxari. Clover's kind of cat-like, right? Is Clover cat? Royal card cat. Do we have Trashy as well? Trashy is not a cat, but Trashy is pathetic. I do want a pathetic. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, you can look at the top card of your deck at any time. We'll say use. Whatever the word for mill is, we'll just say mill right now. We'll figure out a good word for, we'll figure out a Deltarune word for mill. Jiggle? Pluie? Implement Pluie? Let's see, what else do we got here? Viravira-kun. I know we did that one. What did Viravira do? On play, target face down card is forgotten. Yeah, he's like an anti-trap guy. I'll keep that one. Because Viravira's attacks turned other bullets into it. So I think if it just forgets traps, that would be kind of neat. Where's Viryoku? There it is. Oops. There we go. Target face down card is forgotten. I think it needs to be a little bit stronger too, so we'll make it a 3/3. Head Hathy I want, All Soul. Let's say All Ally. And Head Hathy will also have a high soul value. Make it a 3/2. 3/4/2. Regular Hathy is 2/4/1. Yeah, that'll work. The original Star Walker. I do want there to also be, let me go ahead and copy this down here. Let's do, we want a Spamton Neo as well. I think there'll be two different Darkners. So we'll say Spamton has, he's a 3/0, and then all damage. This, let's say, all damage this card takes is reduced by 3. Face down cards that target this card, TP cost is increased by 2. Secret Cat. There we go. Don't you know, Neo is known for its high defense. The Hacker. The Hacker doesn't do anything. He wants you to find 3 blue check marks. I definitely think he'll be like a card filterer. We'll figure out a card filter effect for him later. I don't like these guys. They're my least favorite part of Chapter 2. I think they have too much screen time. Why do they get 5 songs and Susie has 2? I definitely want to have things that count soul value. I remember somebody talking to me on Discord. I believe it was Blobspike who told me on Discord to have different soul abilities. Yeah, here we go. Add soul from other actions, add soul from other zones, souls with different properties. If there's already 5 total soul, do X instead. Oh, that's one of the quests I wanted to have. It was, one of the quests. So then, yeah, it was here. Let's say to Castletown Square. Three vanilla. Not vanilla. There are at least 3 different Darkners. If a player controls at least 3 different Darkners, at this location, they get +2 power. They each get +2 power. I forgot that the Queen's Laugh was a listed song in the soundtrack. Who would be very soulful in? We'll do Little Ball. Units fight. Let's say this card and Darkner. How would you write this one? Let's say this card and units, not units, Darkners that fight this card fight with their soul value instead. This card and Darkness that fight this card fight with their soul value instead. So this guy, let's say he has 3 soul. Say he costs 1 and has 0 power. Little and Ball. When I saw this moment back in, I remember playing Chapter 2 when it first came out and seeing this. It's like every chapter that Deltarune comes out has an equal jump in quality that Deltarune Chapter 1 had to Undertale. And that goes for 3 and 4 too. The first thing that they decide to show you when the game fully gets itself started in all of those chapters are just ridiculous. What are Bloxer's stats gonna be? I think he'll be kind of strong, honestly. Use swap 2 Darkness current locations without using them. I wanted people to want to use that ability, so I'll make him a little weak. We'll make him a 2. Make him a 2/2/1. If this card is in your fountain, you have this card's soul. And then Mr. Elegance we can do, if this card is in your fountain, gain 1 additional TP each start on your start phase. Bing, 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 bing. Ding, bing, 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 bing. All right, what else we got here? Darkness gain the following ability. Use, deal 1 damage to target Darkner. Let's say card Darkners. Yeah, let's just say card Darkners. There's only a couple of them. Rudin is a card. What would Newbert do? WWND. What would Newbert do? Get out of here. There we go. Electro Dasher? I don't even remember what that one is. What was Electro Dasher? I remember some of these that don't have names, like Golden Sand. That was the little cart that had the lion head that trapped all the kings in chapter 1. It shows up in chapter 3. Like, I remember a bunch of weird ones, like Malleus or Fomt. That's the save icon that shows up. But I don't remember what Electro Dasher was. Newbert's friends with everybody. We already have Ralsei for cards that can't fight Newbert. If we just give Newbert like a ridiculously high soul. Oh, I know what you can do for Newbert. I had an idea for one of the cards. You may discard this card instead of performing a soul check. If you do, add this card's soul instead. And then we'll just give Newbert a high soul, we'll give him 4. So we'll make him a 3/4/2. He's friend. Newbert's moving up in the world. I think we got a lot to work with on this one. So far, okay. I have some things that care about vanillas and different card tags. So that's where Ralsei definitely comes in. Let's see here. Yeah, if a player controls at least 3 different darkness at this location, they each get 2 power. Let's see what we can do for another one that has like different, it cares about different tags. Players add 1 to the soul check for this quest for each different tag among darkness they control. Players have 1 to the cold check for each of the darkness they control on this quest. Party Dojo. Darkner. Players total their soul on this space, on this quest, instead of their power. One of these has to be a vanilla as well. Each deck will have 1 vanilla quest that just doesn't have any abilities whatsoever. That way, you aren't like completely shut out of an ability if you decided to build your deck not according to one of them. And B, because it makes designing the game easier for me, because I only have to make 4 good, normal abilities. Sean Shop, let's see. You can have... managing different card types, playing moving units. This game over theme plays when the annoying dog kills you in Cyber City. We can do quests later. For the axe, we have flirt. I don't know what flirt's going to be yet. We have check. This is going to be our pog, our pot of greed. Throw. Move an allied darkner from your fountain to a quest without using it. Lullaby. Draw a number of cards equal to the total number of forgotten cards. Let's increase that a little bit. Let's make that a 3. Blow on. Rearrange. Rival. 2 target darkners fight each other. Pirouette is going to be another random one. Let's say... Roll die. 1 to 3, 4 to 5, and 6. Nothing happens. Why is this extended? Get out of here, Sound Studio. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's Spamton time. 1 through 3, nothing happens. 4 through 5, so Pirouette has fully. That's the nothing happens. On 4 to 5, let's see. Jevil also swaps people's health bars. So we could do like... Weird. Swap to target positions. Six. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. A very randomized conditional removal that you can use the Shadow Crystal for. Click for pop-up is really funny. Say we'll figure out something with that one. We don't have to use all of these. I honestly am probably not going to do all of them anyway. I did want Ice Shock to do something different. Maybe I could do that with Sleep Mist. I forgot what it was. I was thinking about it on my walk yesterday. I do want like a temporary control. Maybe let's say gain control. It cannot move this turn. So let's say it costs 4. Gain control of target darkner until the end phase. It cannot move this turn. So, like, if a darkner is on a quest that you want, you can put it here. That's a strong effect. We also need, like, a counterspell, I would say, maybe. We have something for Pacify as well up here. The Pacify is use target card and move it to their owner's fountain. Yeah. Do we already have one like that, though? Let's make that green. I want to make it a 5-er. Especially if you can play it at instant speed. That way it would be probably really obvious if you set it face down, and then the next turn you just don't do anything. That would make it a little... Let's keep it at 4. You have to leave it down for a turn. And they just get their Darkner back because they can't fight it. You can't fight it. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it like that. Is there any other ones that I have any ideas for? Fluffy Guard and Sleep. I definitely want to keep Sleep Mist. Do I have something like Sleep Mist? I have Power Transfer as well. That's something that I made up. Sacrifice the Darkner, gain TP equal to its soul value. Definitely want to have something like that. Let's take these quests and move them down a little bit. Woo, 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 woo. Power transfer. Sacrifice the Darkner, gain TP equal to its soul value. We have a lot of items. We could definitely have a lot of equip items just to add power to the Darkness and have a special ability associated with it. For example, like the Bounce Blade. Let's say power is +3? Oh no, we get plus, there we go, +3. Or +1. I don't want it to be code. I know that Google Sheets has plus for the code. No! How do I make it not be code? I want plus. There we go. No! What if we do -+1? What? Yay! That'll work. So +1 and then attached to a Darkner. That Darkner takes 1 less damage from all sources. Minimum 1. Like, for example, you can do that. Egg. I don't know what the egg's gonna do. The egg is gonna be a weird one. Is my internet down? Tried to connect? What? Is my internet off? Hello? Am I live? Shake it, shake it, shake it. I have big latency. Okay, okay. I'm still live. Alright, good. Oh boy. That worried me. Alright, anyway. We definitely got to have a couple items. We have all of our... we have enough X done for right now. And then we definitely got to add a few items. And then we can get going on the quest, and then we can make the cards and import them into TTS. Lancer Salsa. What do we do with Lancer Salsa? Tension bit would be pretty easy. Special poison. Let's say use. Until the end phase. All cards have zero soul. Value. It's weird. Pink ribbon, I check a Devil's Tail, Big Shot bow tie, Spike Band mannequin. Let's see. Alright. Attached to a darkener. When that darkener takes damage, it deals that much back to target darkener. It deals that much damage. Shadow Mantle's gonna be fun. I don't know what to do with that one. What's Tear Scarred? Scarf. Tear Scarf. That's what it was. Snow Ring, Thorn Ring. Thorn Ring's gonna be weird. Egg. Lancer Salsa. What would Lancer Salsa do? Makes your HP go sideways. It's a Lancerification. Use, play a splat sound. What if we just have it does nothing. We have an item that does nothing. Let's make it cost 3 and has 2 soul, and it just does nothing. I think there could definitely be like cards that can sacrifice items, and you want to play back Lancer Salsa as like a cheap item that does nothing. Just to have sacrifice fodder? Maybe. Its power. Result. What else do we got here? We got the pink ribbon, the dice brace is another dice-based item. Revivement. We can make that an act. Like, you can make, like, we'll take care and we'll just make it revive. Let's say we'll put it at 3/3. And, forget. Played. There we go. We don't have to have revivement. A lot of these items can just be like, you know, acts. I think I might need to take another walk to figure out these ones. Let's move on to the quests. Items are hard. We'll figure out those ones later. Because, I mean, items are just darkeners that just can't fight. Unless you have attach abilities. Which then they just, like, there's only a couple things we can do. We can just give them new abilities or change their stats. We can make a bad one. Like... Special Poison definitely has that idea, but let's like we can do the Thorn Ring? I've decided that I don't want Snowgrave stuff in this because the lore justification for this existing is like we're pretending that there's a minigame that Rouse makes for you where all your recruits turn into cards and you can play like a card-based minigame in Castletown. That's kind of just the justification. So I don't want to have the weird route stuff in it at all. Unless it makes specific sense, like X/here I have. Because I didn't think of any other idea to have like an exile card. Plus it has negative soul. I think I want the poison to have negative soul as well, -1. Let's say 2, -1. There could definitely be an archetype based around having really small soul values. Like if you have if you have less than blank total soul. Pink ribbon. I want it bad. The mannequin could be funny. We could do the mannequin this bad. There. Statue of Darkner, and then we have -3 power. We only need these 3 for the first build. The rest of these are going to be chapter 3 and 4 stuff, which I won't necessarily spoil. So I'll keep those out of the out of view. But we only need these 3 for the first build. Small unit numbers buffs and nerfs number manipulation for the cybers. Yeah, because Queen gets to move stuff around a bunch. I don't know what we could do for the theme here. Let's say Strange Cliffs. Let's make the Field of Hopes and Dreams the vanilla one. It could be the TP gain Sham one, so we could do like... Yeah, so Scarlet Forest I did in the early ones, like cards that are defeated while on this quest are forgotten. Great Board could have like a, let's say, you may discard a card instead of performing a soul check. If you do, use the discarded cards. So, just like we have the Nubert effect, but on a quest. The Nubert effect! Card Castle. I had like a only idea with that one, but I want to have instead something that kind of mimics King's ability where Darkners on this quest gain, use, fight, target Darkner at the same quest, the same location. Strange Cliffs, all cards at this location, at this on this quest, lose all tags. Lose all tags. Let's see here. What else can we do? What else can we do? What else can we do? Strange Cliffs. That's going to be the first area that you wake up in. Things are dark there. You can't really have like cards move here face down because you would know what cards they are, and that's like that turns into a tracking mini game, and I don't want to do that. There's something about the unknown or the dark that we can do here. What can we do here? Let's see. So we have Darkness on this quest, gain fight, use target dark. Yeah, you may discard a card instead of performing a soul check. If you do, use the discarded soul. Cards that are defeated here while on this quest are forgotten. Let's say, yeah. You may put a forgotten Darkner on this quest when you attempt to collect it. If you do, forget it at the next end phase. So you can pull stuff from the removed from game. I know that like removed from game means they're gone, but I like using the exile zone as a second zone. There we go. Okay, so we have some fight synergy and some forget synergy, and then on this one we have soul, a lot of soul stuff, and a lot of vanillas. Let's say players add one to the soul quest for each different tag among darkness they control in this quest. Players add their soul in this quest instead of their power. Player controls at least 3 different darkness at this location. Let's say instead of all quests are... There was an old quest that I wanted to use. Cards on this quest cannot be moved away from it. That's a good one. I'll one play the first... Darkness with no abilities. Yeah, here we go. Darkness with no abilities on this quest have +1 power. So we'll put that in Sham's Shop. I like Sham's Shop having to do with nothing, because Sham. And then here we go. There we go. Cyberfield. So this one will be bound movement and number manip. So we'll pick Sound Studio as the nothing. Please face it. Only one. Let's see. Let's say, whenever a Darkner moves to this quest, its owner gains 1 TP. Darkners that move to this quest, say, whenever a Darkner moves to this quest, you may pay 1 TP. If you do, that Darkner is not used. Let's say 2 TP. Pandora Palace. When you attempt to collect this quest. You may move. You may choose one. Let's make it forced, and we'll say choose one. Either move a Darkner from this quest to its owner's fountain, or move a Darkner from a different quest here. There we go. Queen's Basement. I don't want it to all be about moving. So let's actually put an anti one in here. Only one, because I used this in the last one and it was fun to play around. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, only one Darkner baby moved to your bird turn. I think these effects are too synergistic. We got to have a little bit of a wonky one in here. Darks with no ability. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're good on creating the cards. Now, right as we finish the second chapter soundtrack and we move on to 3 and 4, we can actually make the next one. Oh, we still have a little bit of Secret Snowgrave stuff to do. And some... Yeah, cool. Okay. Cool. We can add the rest of the darkness later. So right now we have, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say card support. 7. 8. Blaster, it would be puzzle. I'm just making up stuff right now. Let's just say card. Yeah, okay, cool. Pippus. I have no idea. I want to do Pippus, but we'll do Pippus later. Okay. So anyway, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We need to make task orderly. Task is orderly cat. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 69, nice. 74, okay. 74 cards to do. I think I'll go ahead and do that on a later stream, or I might do that on my own. It's just going to be me setting up just setting up the art. I'm going to have to dig through Spriter's resource and a bunch of different art programs and Nandek. So I think I'm just going to do that later on my own. But it was cool to have a stream with everybody and kind of see what everything is going on. Like I said, if you want to play this game, there is an alpha build using these cards up here at the top. There's about 22 different decks. You could play it on Tabletop Simulator. You can also join the Discord to talk about Deltarune stuff. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to see you guys later. Thank you so much.